Steve Covino, Rich Davis, and Covino. We got a guest of all guests today.
We do.
SportsCenter's own Neil Everett's in the house.
Neil Everett.
Where's Janelle? I told Janelle.
She'll be here. She'll be here.
I mean, come on. Not for nothing, guys.
I know.
I want to say thank you for making time for us.
Well, yeah.
And I want to
man.
let you know how refreshing it is to see you in normal clothes, like sort of Neil in his natural habitat.
How long have you guys been doing the show?
This show's 6 months.
6 months. Took 6 months to get invited.
Yes,
Yeah, great.
I know. I'm so
Great. I
sorry,
can't wait to
man.
be back in a year from now.
No, but it's so cool to have you here. We
Yeah.
appreciate it, man, because we see
Excellent.
you in the hallways every day.
Yeah.
We see you, dressed in normal clothes, and every night we see you in the
Right.
suit. Do you get sort of tired wearing a suit for
Oh, I
a bunch
hate
of
it.
guys in beer helmets?
Hate it. Hate it. I look at you guys. You
Yeah.
guys are always chilling, and so I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, sweet. So I got to wear, you know. And if I'm not standing up on the show, then pretty much I got shorts or Levi's and the slippers down below. So
Right.
yeah.
Nice. Now, listen, a lot of people watch you every night, but they
Right.
don't know the real Neil.
The real Neil.
So give us a scoop on how did this all happen for you? Because you have a pretty interesting story.
Well, listen, I lived in Hawaii from 85 to 2000. I worked in athletic administration. I did TV on the side, like just, whatever I could do to make money for beer.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and we had a kid who played ball for us, was from the East Coast. He went back to New York. He was at a club or whatever, a workout club, not a club.
Right.
And so he started talking to this guy,
Yeah.
and the guy was an agent. And he says, hey, you should check out my boy Neil in Hawaii. And so all of a sudden I got a call from this guy out of nowhere, and he says, hey, I want to talk about representing you. And I said, you can't do anything for me. I'm in Hawaii. I'm fine.
Right.
And I'm not one of those guys that watched Dan and Keith and ever thought, this is what I could do. This is what I want to do. Like, it never crossed my mind.
Never.
Not in a million years. And so anyhow, just kind of get the guy off the phone. I said, hey, give me an interview at ESPN and we'll talk. He said, send me a tape. So I sent him a tape. He called back. He said, I'm at ESPN. You got an interview. I said, well, I guess you're my agent then. And so,
Wow.
So then I flew out to Bristol from Honolulu, and I did my audition, and I bombed. It was horrible because I didn't practice. I didn't, like in Hawaii, we talked about sumo and surfing and a lot of local sports, and I didn't know, Edwin Encarnacion. I remember I saw that name. I'm like, how do you pronounce this name?
Encarnacion.
Yeah, see, I could have used you guys.
Right.
So I bombed. I went back to Hawaii with my tail between my legs because I knew it was over. A year later, they called and said, hey, we want to bring you back, give you another audition. We saw something. So this time I studied all the box scores and everything. So I went back there and boom, I killed it. I thought, oh, they're going to hire me before I leave the building.
Wow.
Then it was another year. So now I couldn't even watch SportsCenter because every time I looked up, it'd be like seeing your old girlfriend making out with somebody else.
Right,
and it's
right.
Like, no,
I can't let.
no.
Listen, trust us, man. We hope to one day follow in your successful footsteps. But yeah, with this whole thing, we've been doing this 6 months. I think the first dinner or drinks with ESPN was like 3 or 4 years ago. So I know it takes a minute.
It takes a long time. And we've been working together for over 15 years now.
Oh, right.
So we understand how long that takes. So then, and 2 years later.
Yeah, 2 years later, then they called and they said, hey, the agent guy called and said, hey, they want you, can you be here in 2 weeks? And I said, how about 2 months? Because we're going out in style in Hawaii. And then I moved to Connecticut and I lived there, I don't know, 9 or 10 years until we opened the LA office.
How was that change, by the way, from Hawaii to Bristol, Connecticut?
Oh, I hated it. I mean, I cried. It rained in July. I called my godfather and said, I don't think I'm going to stay here. And he's like, you're not coming back here.
Speaking of your godfather, they had to give you an offer you couldn't refuse for you to move from Hawaii to Bristol.
Well, listen, I was making, not a lot of money in athletic administration and not a lot of money in TV in Hawaii.
So when you go back, though, you're like the big kahuna, I imagine, right? No? Because they watch you every day, I imagine.
Well, I mean, listen, I represent Hawaii, and I hope I represent her well because I owe her a great deal of gratitude.
I love it there, and I got to go back. I just went there for the first time.
Really?
And I kept getting a discount, and I was like, why do I keep getting a discount?
Oh, because they think you're a Kama'aina.
They kept giving me the local discount.
Yeah.
And I rolled with it.
Yeah, just do this.
I'm
That's all you
not
gotta do.
Hawaiian,
Boom.
but all right, I'll take it. I know, I love it.
You're a Northwest guy, and you went to Hawaii. I'm trying to think. I did the math. The Brady Bunch Hawaii episodes were on when you were an influential young teen. So any correlation there? You just love the Greg Brady Tiki episodes?
I once made out with Marsha Brady.
Oh, no, right.
I'm kidding.
Hey, are you a good surfer? Is that part of your
I'm not a good
lifestyle?
swimmer.
But you are a beach guy.
Yeah, I mean, I surfed a little bit, but, not, it's very territorial, the water over there, and I don't need to get punched in the face for not knowing what I can do a little stand-up surfing now, a little stand-up paddling.
Hey,
That's
by the way,
more my jam now.
If you guys are watching, this is Neil Everett. It's like seeing Superman, without the cape and everything. He's on ESPN right now, but he's hanging out with us, which is really cool.
I have split personalities.
Yeah, crazy. Hey, by the way, what we love about you, and I think a lot of people love, the music and movie references that you use in your highlights. Do people underestimate the preparation that you do to incorporate some good lyrics and some good movie characters?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I hope they enjoy it. I mean, you do the show. Obviously, you guys do the show for the audience that's watching, but you also do it for yourselves. You guys gotta be having a good time. So I'm up there just trying to have a good time. Like, if I was sitting at a bar, what would entertain me? So, and it's like if you can drop an Animal House or a Skinnerd reference or whatever it might be,
or a Big Lebowski.
There, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, bowling team right here.
Yep.
So, I know. I just think I think that's what makes it fun. I mean, it's. You got to add something to, a basketball highlight that,
Exactly.
Without a doubt. Well, how about we keep it real with Neil? We even made you a graphic. How about that?
Hey, first of all, we were talking about Fabi before we came on the air.
Yeah.
You guys ever gotten your ears or nose waxed by her?
Fabi in the makeup room?
Yes.
No.
Because I did before this show just so I'd look tight for you guys.
Way.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, when we go to commercial, you guys can feel my ear.
You know what that is? That's keeping it real.
My goodness. Well, people are
She said you guys would not have the guts to do it.
I will get my ears waxed tomorrow.
Hey, nothing. Rich would probably get a little more than just his ears waxed, to be honest. I noticed.
Hello.
Hey,
yes.
How about we start with this one, Neil? Since you're a Hawaii type of guy, one tip for someone that has never been. What is something someone has to do if they do go to Hawaii?
Wear sunscreen.
Or something they shouldn't do?
Don't take lava rocks. That brings you bad luck.
Oh, yeah.
Don't take lava rocks.
You know what? And be prepared when you take the road to Hana.
Yeah.
That's a long trip.
Yeah, I never did that.
You've never done that? I did it. It took me all day, and I'm a terrible driver.
That's probably a tourist thing.
Yeah.
All right, Neil. Hawaiian shirt or flip-flops? I think I know the answer.
Okay, well, first of all, so there's no such thing as a Hawaiian shirt. It's an aloha shirt.
Oh, an aloha, dude. See,
and this is ESPN always had a policy that they put out. They said no Hawaiian shirts, and I said that's great. I don't own any Hawaiian shirts. I own aloha shirts.
I see.
And these are not flip-flops. These are slippas.
Slippers.
And
aloha
and
shirts.
Olakai is the way to go.
That's the way?
Now look at this. 808.
Check that out.
808.
Hey,
bartender, Jack.
But I love those. And by the way, I'm a summer slipper type of guy. And Covino's like, put away your toes. Why don't you say that to Neil?
Hey.
Well, you know what? Because I got pettied before I came in here.
You know what? That's the next question.
I got petty.
Yeah.
Pedicure is routine. We know you get your ears and nose waxed. Pedicures are a part of the deal.
Listen, my wife is tight, and so I gotta bring my game with her. And so she says clean it up, I clean it up.
If you're gonna rock the Cheetos in public, right? You gotta keep your feet looking fresh.
And if you expect the lady in your life to always look good, you gotta look good.
No, plus she finds hey, let's go get a mani-pedi, and I'm like, yeah, let's go, and it's like,
you know what? I'm glad.
Boom, that's points on my side.
Right.
I'm glad you said it because I don't understand guys that don't like pampering. I love a good pampering.
Yeah.
All right, how about this, Neil? Favorite SportsCenter commercial, because there's some legendary ones.
Oh, the favorite one I ever did was with Roger Federer, where he came in and I said, Roger, if they ranked SportsCenter anchors like they do tennis players, where would I be in the top 10? And he said, I don't think you'd be in the top 10, Neil. And I gave him stink eye, and I said, I'm in the top 10, Roger. And what was really funny about that was, so the commercial's still good, although they don't run it like they should, but that's a whole nother story. But Roger's getting ready for the U.S. Open. He says, hey, do you want to come to the U.S. Open and watch me play? And I'm like, yeah. And so I email him 3 times. Boom. Radio silence. And so now the U.S. Open's on, and I'm watching it, and they show Roger Federer's box, and there's Tiger Woods sitting there. Like, Tiger Woods has my spot, man.
You get to meet so many cool people throughout the years of working here. If we went and hung out with you at home, is there a picture? Is there something at home that is real near and dear to you? Like, I got that picture of me and Federer framed or something like that.
No, probably the one that's the most dear to me is Bill Walton invited me to his house for dinner. And he said, you can bring whoever you want. And I brought my my stepdad, who's the dad who raised me, and my 2 brothers and a buddy of mine. And my stepdad wasn't alive that much longer after that, and he had hunted with John Wooden's brother. And Bill and his wife Lori were so gracious, and they've ended up being friends to this day. And we played Neil Young the whole night.
That's awesome.
By the end of the night, we're in the hot tub. It was really a wonderful night, and I have a picture of that, and it really means a lot.
Isn't that crazy? The cool things that you've got to do because of this job.
Yeah, I'm like Beavis. I'm just trying to, like I see Bill Walton, I try not to be Beavis and Butthead because I'm like, he was an idol of mine.
Right.
And now he's a friend of mine, and I find that weird.
Being that you went from Hawaii to Bristol, what was the reaction when they said, Neil, we're going through with the LA thing?
I said, where do I sign up? Yeah. Listen, it was a good deal, but, also, everything had to be in place to make it right. And so it's been great. And I think SportsCenter LA has been great for the product as a whole.
We love it. And you work so close with Stan too all these years. Any sort of tips you can give us? We've worked together for so long, but maybe when it comes to TV, like maybe not getting each other's skin under each other's skin, or
you guys have done it long enough. You've done it longer than me and Stan. I mean, you just know. You know what works. You know what not to do. And that's what makes a good relationship on television. When the people look at, like, Stan and I are complete opposites.
Yeah.
Okay, complete opposites.
Right.
Yeah, people are like, you guys are tight. I'm like, oh yeah. If I'm in jail, he's the guy I'm calling. Because but we don't do anything together.
And that's why it works, though.
Well, that's part of it.
You guys have a good working
I love
chemistry.
I love the guy to death.
Right.
But we have we operate at 2 different levels.
What I love about you is that you have interest other than sports. And that a lot of guys get wrapped into only sports. You're a guy that also loves music and movies.
Yeah.
What are your favorites? Bands, movies, TV shows? Like, what are you binging in your free time? What is Neil into?
Well, listen, I'm going to ZZ Top opening for Skinnerd on Friday, so that just shows you how old I am.
No, they still rock.
Trust me, stuff that we grew up with is now classic rock.
Yeah.
Nirvana's classic rock now.
So I think I have a pretty wide range of music. We've had Derek Trucks on the show. We've had Warren Haynes on the show. We've had Ben Harper on the show. We had The Head and the Heart on the show. We had Mumford & Sons on the show. So those are 5 bands right there. I just saw Mumford at the LAFC Park the other day. So I enjoy a wide range of music. And movies, I mean, probably Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Outlaw Josie Wales. I mean, all old stuff like that. Although The Biggest Little Farm, I just saw this. Have you seen this documentary?
No.
Run out and see it. It's awesome.
Yeah? All right. You heard it.
Yeah.
Where would you want to retire?
Either, Hawaii.
Oregon Coast or like North Shore?
Well, that's a tough one, man, because we have a house on the Oregon Coast.
Yeah.
But my wife now is all of a sudden thinking she's an island girl. So I imagine we'll be split somewhere between those 2 places.
Nice.
Well, it's the guy you see every night. It's the guy that
Where's Janelle?
It's the guy that calls your favorite place. I'm sorry. Did someone promise you that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to let you down.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Hey, let's not let this be the last visit. We love hanging with you. So stop by anytime.
Listen, hey, this was a good time.
No, we
Get our ears waxed together.
Hello.
It's a date.
Hey, Jose, thanks for inviting me, bro.
Yeah, and